Hey guys, so I am doing something that I've never done before. I'm coloring my grays. It's been a while. I'm using the Naturtint. The color is brown black and it's number 2N, as you can see on the box there. I've used henna before and that was a whole different type of thing. This is an at-home box kit. And I wanted to try something new. This is completely vegan. As you know, I'm very health conscious and I'm trying not to use any products that's been tested on animals, something that's clean and eco-friendly and won't damage my hair. So I'm putting these gloves on, and as you can see, I do have a whole lot of grays. They're mainly in the front around the edges. I do have a few strands towards the back or in the middle near the crown, but I'm really going to focus on the front part of my hair. I actually did a color test prior to doing this procedure. I call it a procedure like it's surgery. But prior to doing this, I tested it on my skin just to make sure I'm not allergic because I really do have sensitive skin. So I'm mixing the color and I'm shaking the bottle up just to make sure everything is combined and ready to go. Sectioning my hair, and I'm going to section one part off, and for me, I try not to have it go down to my scalp. I do know that when you do put the color on, some of it may get on your scalp, but I'm trying my best not to coat my scalp with it right off the bat. So I'm gonna just put it a little bit, maybe I'd say about, I don't know, a little bit further ways from my scalp, and I'm just gonna blend it in with my hands gently, making sure I cover those grays. And I read all the instructions. I went through all the steps. The box does recommend to have it sit on your hair for about, I don't know, 20 minutes to a half an hour, depending on how long it takes your hair to absorb all the color. But for me, I'm not going to let it sit that long, only because it's the first time I'm doing this. So I want to be careful. I don't have any other dye or color in my hair at the moment, as you can see. And I'm just going to gently kind of massage it through my strands and not go the entire shaft, but mainly just focusing on the roots. All right, so I'm pretty much done with this, and as you can see, I'm just doing a final like comb through sectioning my hair in different parts, and it's all pretty much covered. And some of it did get down to my scalp. I can feel a little bit, but it's not coating my scalp because I don't want my pores to become clogged, because clogging the pores does prevent the hair from growing. And although this is completely eco-friendly and plant-based, I still want to be extra careful. I'm just going to comb through the back a little bit, and notice I'm using a toothbrush because I don't have one of those dye brushes, so I had to improvise. Okay. So I just took an old, like, unused toothbrush and dipped it in the color and kind of went through mainly my edges, but a little bit in the back. And I'm just going to use my hands to kind of massage it all in and make sure the roots are coated, especially the front. I like to, again, focus on the edges because that's where I'm getting most of my grays, and they're little tiny short pieces. So now I'm going to start the process of washing, conditioning, and rinsing everything out. And this is step number 1, the shampoo. And I'm telling you, there's really, my only thing with this, there is not enough shampoo in this little packet. So I had to really make do and do the best that I could. I mean, it did the magic that it needed to do, but I really had to make sure that I used it sparingly in different sections. So I'm, of course, going to focus on where I have the most dye. That's in the front. Now I'm following up with the conditioner. I already washed my hair with the shampoo. I rinsed it out. So now I'm going to add in the conditioner. And the conditioner, I have to say, I really love. It has a whole lot of slip, sectioning my hair in 2 sections. So I'm starting on section 1, as you can see here, and just gently going through each section. I'm making sure it doesn't really touch my scalp, especially with the conditioner. The shampoo, of course, but the conditioner, I just don't want it to coat my scalp. So I get as close as I can, and then I'm just gonna gently finger detangle both sides of my hair. It's time to detangle, and I detangle in sections. I mean, I also shampoo in sections, I condition in sections, and I detangle in sections because of the texture of my hair. So I'm just going to start from the back, which I normally do, and kind of tie everything else up in a hair tie. And I'm just going to gently go through. The back is much easier to detangle. So I can use, this is a brush. This is one of those brushes I got online. It's very gentle. And I'm going to start from the ends and work my way up to the roots. And as you can see, it's fairly easy. This conditioner really, really has a lot of slip, very moisturizing. And a little trick that I like to do is put my hair under the running water to help loosen the strands even more. And this prevents too much hair from coming out. And so I start with that section and then I work my way around. I find that when you gently use your fingers to detangle your hair, then it's a whole lot easier and it prevents too much hair from coming out. So there's less breakage, it's just much easier, there's less tension on your hair, there's less shedding. So once I get those pieces out with my fingers, then I use the brush to gently remove any other shedded hair. this is what I have in terms of the shed hair. Really not a whole lot. So I'm happy with that. When I first started, I mean, before I had a whole lot that would come out of my hair. And so now I'm really happy that I don't have a whole lot of shedding. So there's no excess hair or breakage that I have to deal with. So I'm just going to rinse everything out. Any other leftover product that's in my hair, I just want to get all of the leftovers out and make sure that it's completely clean. You can kind of see where I did the color test back there. So it's still a little bit of color, but it's completely safe. I had no allergic reactions, which is good. I'm just going to do a quick length check. So my hair is probably around or a little bit past shoulder length. When I started this second hair journey, as I like to call it, which was about last June or around last June or last September is when I had another big cut. So it's grown a lot since then. And one thing I really do like is the fact that it's pretty consistent throughout. So the problem that I had before is that my roots were really thick and full, and then towards the ends I had a lot of breakage because I wasn't trimming enough and just because of the overall stress of my hair. So now it's in a much better state, and I'm just happy with the results. So far so good. Now this last step, I'm just gonna add the final leave-in conditioner, which is also very, very great. And I do it in sections all throughout my hair. Again, has a lot of slip, so no issues there. And as you can see, my roots are completely covered, and I'm happy with the results. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.